Every year, my daughter and I do something super fun for Halloween because Halloween is one of the greatest holidays ever.
Well, so they say.
Obviously. Last year, we went to go see a live performance of the Rocky Horror Picture Show, and I, of course, made our costumes for that, and the performance was amazing. We had so much fun. And this year, we're going to, and wait for it, a Gothic tea party. How freaking amazing does that sound? Like, a Gothic tea party. This is right up my alley. And it's at a castle. I'm thinking Edwardian. I'm thinking Tim Burton. And I will definitely be needing a hat. Now, I won't be able to eat any of the dessert treats at this tea party because, as some of you already know, I am sugar-free. But at least I can have some tea. Regardless, any time for me to play dress up, especially at a castle, I'm in. I'm there. So, in true upper class lady of the 1900s fashion, or me just yesterday, I have absolutely nothing to wear.
Don't love the sound of that.
And we all know to be a lady of the Edwardian era, you need to never show thine ankles.
I should hope not with her exposed knees and that saucy hairdo.
Have an amazing hat collection, and most of all, appear to have a very large, bodacious ass.
That is a simulation of a fat ass.
So my plan is to thrift flip these 2 black skirts into one amazing Edwardian skirt. Can it be done? I don't know. I have a vision. I'm hoping it'll work.
So here is my victim. I actually bought a larger skirt so that I would have enough fabric to gather it in the back. I will have to take in the waistband though.
Okay, so first things first, I'm gonna be making the skirts, and I am making my daughter one because I'm awesome.
Not like a regular mom, I'm a cool mom.
And it's always good to be in her good graces because she is a teenager and can be really scary sometimes.
Please stop talking.
And then after I'm done with the skirts, which hopefully they turn out amazing, I'm gonna be making a hat or flipping a hat. So first, let's get these skirts over with. Let's do this.
So the first thing I did was detach the waistband from the skirt, just to the zipper, using my seam ripper. And once that's done, I can mark on each side how much I needed to take out to fit my waist. I simply folded the waistband with right sides together, matching up the marks, and stitched together. I also cut and serged the excess bulk, and now my waistband is done. And now I can work on the skirt. Since the top layer is short, I need an underlayer that was longer, so I took some of my black lining fabric, folded it in half, and placed my skirt on top, and then just kind of cut out a longer version. It was the easiest cutout ever. Then I just put right sides together and stitched down the sides. I also added a line up the back and cut this open, so this is the back of the lining and where the skirt will attach to the sides of my zipper. I serged each side, then pinned with right sides together and stitched just up to where a zipper would go. I then pressed the seams open and stitched them down. My lining is now done. Then I got to work on the top layer. On this layer there are several seams, so I found 2 that were on the back just to the sides of the zipper and I unstitched them. Once that's done, I serged up each raw edge, and now I can put right sides back together. I did this for both the seams because I want to create 2 channels going down the back. Then I stitched using a 5/8 seam allowance. After, I opened up the seams and pressed. It should be wide enough to fit a ribbon on each side. But before I stitch the channels closed, I want to add 2 buttonholes on each side of the channel for the ribbon to come out of, since I am adding a ruffle at the bottom. Then I use a seam ripper to open up the holes. Now I can stitch very close to the edge of each seam going all the way up the skirt. I did this to both of the seams that I had opened. Now I have 4 channels. I cut 4 pieces of ribbon to go inside each channel. I make sure to burn the ends of each ribbon to prevent it from fraying. Then I attached a safety pin to the end and threaded it through all of the channels. I made sure to pull the ribbon out of each buttonhole I created. I also pinned the ribbons at the top so I wouldn't lose them, and then I did a basting stitch over top to hold them in place. And now that that's done, I just inserted the longer lining skirt part into the top layer, making sure the right side is facing up, and I pinned this piece to the inside of the top skirt. I pinned the open part just to the sides of the zipper so it wouldn't get snagged. And then I stitched and serged the raw edge up near the waistband. Now I need to make this skirt fit around the waistband. For the front, I added pleats, and for the back, I added gathering so that it would give more volume to the back. Now I can attach the waistband back to the skirt. Once the waistband was done, I also cut the top layer of the skirt shorter in the front and then tapered it longer in the back.
Okay, so I have to show you the progress of where I'm at right now because this is so adorable. It is turning out amazing. It is so much better than I thought it was gonna be. It is so freaking cute. So the only thing I have left to do is add a ruffle to the top layer part and then hem the bottom and it's done. Okay, so let's finish these skirts. That way I can get started on my hat and I'm hoping my daughter doesn't want one of those.
So the last thing I need to do is make a ruffle for the top part of this skirt. And using another skirt for the material, as well as 2 pairs of dress pants, I made about a 6-inch wide ruffle. And I made sure that it was twice as long as the bottom of my skirt. I attached the ruffle to the bottom of the top skirt layer, right sides together, and then I serged. Then I hemmed the lining layer, and voila, it's done.
So now that my skirt is done and looking amazing, I'm genuinely like so incredibly happy with the skirt. I can't even describe how excited I am about this skirt. Moving on. Now I can work on the hat. So I have quite a few of these straw hats that I've thrifted. So I grabbed this one because I really like how it lays on my head. Like if I were to tilt it sideways, I think it's gonna make a really good Edwardian silhouette of a hat. So this is perfect. And it has some like messed up edges, so covering it is not gonna be an issue. So my plan is to flip this hat into an adorable Gothic Edwardian hat. Let's do this.
I removed any unwanted stuff from the hat first, and then I marked where I would cut the top part away, leaving an edge to stitch back onto. Then I just simply cut the top part away. I want the top part of the hat to be shorter, so I did cut a portion of this away as well. But before I add that part back onto my hat, I went ahead and I cut out the material for the top and for the brim. Then I added some material to the top part of the hat and I hand stitched. I also added some material to the top and bottom of the brim and I added pleats all the way around. And just like my witch hat, I added a striped piece for the underbrim. I really think it adds just such a nice touch. Once that's done, I added the top part back onto the brim and I hand stitched this. I didn't really care that it wasn't going to look that great because I planned to cover this entire part with trim. Then it was time to have some fun and I just added flowers and decorations and now my whole look is complete. I am beyond happy with how this look turned out. I have the ties in the back to be able to lift the skirt in the back to create a voluptuous bottom, and it honestly just came together so perfectly.
It is finally the day of the tea party and I am so excited because everything turned out so perfect. I mean, my hair it's okay. It could have been better, but I'm not mad at it because I'm gonna be wearing a hat. And how amazing did this hat turn out? Like, can you believe that it started out as that straw hat? Like, I love thrift flips. I love flipping things into something that's just so amazing. Like, I'm in love with it. And my skirt, I mean, this is actually one of my favorite thrift flips I've ever done because it turned out exactly as I had planned in my head. I love that I can wear this any time of the year, so it's definitely gonna go above the maid outfit that I made for magenta because I haven't worn that since. Okay, so hat, check. Skirt that doesn't show my ankles, check. Skirt that makes my ass look very bodacious, check, check. Hair, done. Makeup, done. Outfit, done. All I have to do is get dressed and head to the tea party. Okay, so the tea party's over. Honestly, I had just such an amazing time, and the skirts and the whole outfit just came together. I'm beyond excited with how this hat turned out. Everybody was complimenting it, and it's so pretty. And as I'm standing out there waiting, because we had to wait for about 30 minutes before we could go inside, and the sun is beating down, I'm beyond happy with how this is blocking the sun. Why do we not wear hats anymore? We need to bring hats back. That is my plan. I'm gonna be making more of these because I need walking hats. I want a hat to go with every one of my outfits. But I'm not sure if you got to see the skirt in full, so I did want to show you the skirt really quick. So in the back, I put in 2 channels for strings, so you can actually pull this up and create like a bustle effect. And then you can take them out by just untying them, and then it pulls straight out. How awesome is that? The skirts are just so cute. I'm just so excited with how they turned out. I honestly, in my head, was thinking that the bustle part would work, but it just worked out so much better than I thought it would. I had such a fun time with this entire project. I definitely think it was one of my favorite things that we've done for Halloween. I hope you guys are having an amazing spooky month, and I hope you loved this video because I absolutely loved making everything for this video, and I had such a good time today. And I will see you guys again soon. Bye.